All right, my fellow curious ants, welcome. We're diving into the third section of our Google Analytics certification journey. And I want you to think of this less like a lecture and more like a serious upgrade to your professional toolkit. We are about to add some seriously powerful instruments that are going to completely change how you deliver value to your clients.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the core of what we actually do as consultants, right? Our clients don't just hire us to report on data or to make pretty charts. They have tough business questions, and they're looking to us for the answers. This whole section is all about getting you comfortable with the GA4 tools you need to find those answers.
So just take a second and really think about it. What are those questions that keep your clients up at night? You know the ones. Where are my best customers really coming from? Or why on earth did our sales suddenly drop last Tuesday? Which of our marketing efforts are actually working and which are just wasting money? Keep those questions right at the front of your mind because we are about to learn how to solve them.
This right here, this is the big mindset shift we're making together. See, anyone can read a report and just state the facts, but a truly great consultant, an insight detective, knows how to look at that exact same data and uncover the story, find the clues, and solve the mystery. That's the real value you're going to provide.
And here's our first set of clues. You know, a super common point of confusion is the difference between these two reports. So think of it this way. The user acquisition report, that tells you the origin story of your new customers, how they found you the very first time. The traffic acquisition report tells you how everyone, new and returning, showed up for any given visit. Just knowing which report to check is the absolute first step in any investigation.
Now, standard reports are great for a quick overview, but the real detective work, that happens when we go beyond the basics. We need to head into the Explore section of GA4. Trust me, this is where we find the stories that the standard reports just can't tell us.
Exactly. I mean, the Explore section isn't just one report. It's a whole collection of investigative techniques. It's like opening up your detective's toolkit. You've got funnels, pathing, freeform explorations, all things that let you ask much more specific, more nuanced questions of your data. This is where you really get to start digging. So you might kick off an investigation with a simple chart like this one, straight from a standard report. It just shows traffic over time. Now, a data reporter would look at this and say, well, traffic went up and down. But an insight detective, you're looking for the anomalies. Where are the unexpected spikes? Where are those sudden drops? Those are your clues.
And here's where it gets really cool. Inside the Explore reports, there's a feature that basically acts like your detective's magnifying glass. So what happens when we let Google's machine learning point out the clues for us?
Boom. This is what happens. GA4 flags a specific date and tells us that views for the basket page were 654% higher than expected. Wow. Suddenly, you're not just looking at a line on a graph, you have a specific, concrete event to investigate. This is a massive clue that a standard report would have totally missed. The point is, this tool does the hard work of finding that needle in the haystack for you.
Okay, finding a clue like that is amazing, but our investigation isn't over. Now we need to figure out who is driving these behaviors. The key to giving truly strategic advice is to stop looking at all your users as one big blob of data and start focusing on the specific groups that matter most to your client's business.
And GA4 gives us 3 fantastic tools for this. You've got comparisons, which let you do a quick side-by-side in the standard reports. Then you have segments, which are way more powerful and let you create and analyze custom groups inside your Explore reports. And audiences? Well, that's when you take one of those valuable segments and make it truly actionable for marketing.
So to make this real, let's just imagine our client sells a ton of different products, but they really want to understand the people who are specifically buying clothing. We need to isolate this group from everybody else. We're going to create a segment of apparel purchasers. And just look how straightforward this is. You don't even have to start from scratch. You just take a pre-built segment like purchasers, you add one simple "and" condition to specify the item category, give it a name, and click Apply. And just like that, in a matter of seconds, your entire report is now filtered to show you the behavior of only this valuable group. So once you've analyzed that segment and you've confirmed, yep, this is a really valuable group for my client, the next logical step is to make it actionable. And with a single click, you can turn that segment into an audience. This is the crucial bridge between finding an insight and actually doing something with it. Which brings us to the ultimate payoff. Because as consultants, everything we do in analytics has to connect back to business growth. And hey, even if you don't personally manage Google Ads campaigns for your clients,
Understanding this connection is what makes your insights truly strategic and incredibly valuable.
To really get this connection, we need to get a handle on some new terminology. In GA4, those important actions users take on a site, what we used to call goals, are now called key events. It's simply how you flag an interaction, like a purchase or a sign-up, as being important to the business.
And this right here, this clarifies the new workflow perfectly. An important action is an event. You mark that event as a key event so you can analyze it inside GA4. Then you can use that key event to create a conversion. And that's the signal you send over to Google Ads for campaign optimization. It's a really simple flow. An event becomes a key event, which can then become a conversion for advertising.
So let's put it all together. This is the value story you can now tell your client. You, the insight detective, identified a valuable group, like our apparel purchasers. You turned them into an audience. That audience gets shared with Google Ads. And now your client can run hyper-targeted, much more efficient campaigns. You've just directly connected your analytics work to their bottom line.
This entire process, this whole flow of value, it's only possible when Google Analytics and Google Ads are actually linked. This little technical connection is the bridge that allows your insights to become your client's growth strategy. It unlocks the ability to see the full customer journey, all the way from an ad click to that final purchase.
So as we wrap up this overview, I really want you to appreciate the new superpowers you're about to add to your consultant's toolkit. This isn't just about passing a certification test, it's about fundamentally leveling up the service you can provide to your clients.
You're learning to go way beyond surface-level data with Explore. You'll be able to use anomaly detection to find the hidden stories. You're going to master segments to understand your most valuable users, then turn them into actionable audiences, and track what matters with key events. This is a powerful, integrated set of skills.
So, I'll leave you with this one thought as you start the course modules. Think back to those tough client questions we talked about right at the beginning. Armed with these new tools, which one are you going to solve first? Let's get started.